So this next part is just looking at some of the freedoms and rights that are associated with government as well. So the first one, the clearest conception of freedom, is probably what's known as civil liberties, also described as civil rights. These are rights and freedoms that exist for citizens in their relationship to the state and in laws. The majority of them are positive in nature, and it's what we're permitted to do by the state. For example, the right to vote, the right to form a political party, the right to form associations such as trade unions or pressure groups or religious groups, the right to express opinions, provided that they don't break the law, the right to move freely around the country, the right not to be imprisoned without a trial, the right to a fair trial with legal representation, and the right to privacy as well, and to not have one's home violated by agents of the state. There may be exceptions in some countries, and some rights might be suspended, for example in times of national emergency such as war or a terrorist attack. But on the whole, democratic states respect our basic rights and freedoms. If we consider other areas then, we've also got ideas such as tolerance, which is another example as to where we have our own freedoms and rights. We have religious tolerance that was started by a man called John Locke, who was an English philosopher. And he argued strongly that the pursuit of religions other than Orthodox Anglican Christianity should be tolerated. Nobody, he asserted, has a monopoly on the truth, and so there can be no justification for stifling alternative thought and beliefs. So tolerance is one other key feature of government. The next one is law and order. There is constant tension in all democratic societies between the basic human need for law and order and claims of tolerance, freedom, and the right for the individual. So, thinking about the rights of suspects in criminal cases, and to what extent they merely concentrate on securing convictions. Next up is equality. One of the most difficult words in the vocabulary of political concepts. It means a number of different things to different people. We have the idea of equal rights, equality of opportunity, and so when, for example, there was a sharp rise in university tuition fees in 2012, there were fears that students in their numbers from modest incomes would be deterred from undertaking university tuition. And the last point here is justice. Of all the political concepts we're considering, justice is probably the most contentious and difficult. So sometimes natural justice can be heard, referring to abstract concepts of what would be generally considered fair, although different people would undoubtedly disagree with what natural justice is. So we need to break it down into a number of different things which we'll explore in more detail in another video. Okay, that's that for looking at what government means. In the next clip we'll have an overview of the government and politics in the UK.